As I told you, it's finna get real dark up in here. Stephen A. Smith, how dare you go on ESPN and talk about Kevin Durant like that? Stephen A. Smith, what is wrong with you? You are so hard on stuck in your heart because Kevin Durant embarrassed you some months ago. You the one said Kevin Durant was leaving, but because it wasn't the cities that you thought, all of a sudden Kevin Durant has made the wrong decision. What, you wanted him to be a Clipper? That made better sense. Wanted him to be a Laker, a Knick. Why? He want to win. Well, I mean, my thing is, see, you want to talk about, he knew that he was going to catch slack for defending, because he's the biggest LeBron nut holder there is. He's got a built nut holder just for LeBron James. So my thing to you was, when LeBron left, he knew he was going to hear that. Well, LeBron left and went to Miami, so he had to have the excuse. Well, they had nobody there but LeBron. Really? Because that's not what you were saying when it was going down. They had Jameson. They had Mo Williams. They had Shaq that year. You remember? Varejao. They still had people that was putting up numbers. And a matter of fact, they won 61 games that year. The year before that, they won 66, and they didn't have Shaq. That team's bench was more productive than this team's bench. Teams scored less on that team than they did now. With all the extra firepower y'all got, y'all only scored 200 points more than that team. LeBron average was 29, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. He was 29 points, almost 30. 29.7. Almost 30 points a game. And Mo Williams was averaging 16. Jameson was averaging 16. Shaq was averaging 13 points a game. But they didn't have nobody but LeBron. They won 61 games. They're a 60-plus game winning team. Number 1 in the East. He left the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. That means there was no one better than them, and went to another team. But not by himself. Kevin Durant went by himself. He went with another all-star named Bosh. And they went to Miami to play with another all-star named Wade. Now, what's the difference when Kevin Durant goes to Golden State Warriors? He left a team that was number 3 in the Western Conference, behind 2 teams that won 73 games and 65 games in the regular season. Left the team. And what you gonna say? That the OKC team was better than that Cleveland team LeBron left? Well, let's see. Okay? And this team that they're on right now, they can only play 6 guys. Nobody is worth a damn on this team except for Serge Ibaka, Westbrook, Kevin Durant. Adams only going to give you about 8 points and maybe give you 5 rebounds a game. He's not going to score in double digits. He's a walking 6 fouls. That's all you're going to get. Waiters, you're going to get nothing out of him. Robinson, you're going to get nothing out of him. Then the bench, who's on the bench? What they got? What's that guy? Morrow, Payne, Collison, who should have been out of the league 5 years ago. DJ Augustine, Kylan Smuggler. You think he going to stay around for that? You think Kevin Durant's supposed to stay around another year? You was only one win from the final. You think that team's going back? No. Who was they gonna add? They lost Serge Ibaka, so he's like, okay, well, Ibaka's gone. Who we talking about getting? And it's not a realistic because a lot of players, a lot of teams don't want to go to Oklahoma City. It's just the truth. A lot of the big stars, they like, man, we ain't going to no OKC to live. You crazy? Nah. Probably got good people there, but they don't want to live there. Oh, like the double logo. Motor City Bad Boys. Motor City. So, anyway, top everything off. You go ahead and don't even mention the fact the Boston Celtics did this first. And people are doing monkey see, monkey do. They saw Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen go to Boston with Paul Pierce and win a championship their very first year. Okay, people forget that. They omit the fact Boston did this first. They go right to Miami in the Big Three. This is what gave them the idea, the collusion they did, all working together to sign individual contracts to go over there because their terms was all up at the same time. So it's a poor situation. Dwayne Wade, everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen to him, where he's going to go. And he'll probably end up in Miami or Cleveland. You know, LeBron's, that's why he was there. LeBron's, they trying to get that going, but they want to have the rivalry. They don't want all the teams built on one station. They will love Wade to stay there and get him some help. But, you know, Miami's got to do what they got to do. You know, they have better recruiters, thank God, on that side of the table. But that's what it is. So your unjustified attack of Kevin Durant just shows you one thing. You'll hate people who prove you wrong. You're an elitist. You can't deal with the truth. The truth of the matter is you was going to hate whatever Kevin Durant did anyway. You had to find a reason to hate. Just say it. Now you're mad because Golden State Warriors got an even better team. They got rid of Harrison Barnes and got another super perennial all-star on their team. I mean, it puts them in a great position, but still he has to learn the pick and roll offense, which I think he should be better at. But the problem is defensively. How is Kevin Durant going to be defensively on the Golden State Warriors, on the switches? And now that they lost Bogut and Bogues is gone, that's huge. Because you're going to need somebody in there. Because if you start off with a BZ or whatever, a Beazle, put him in there, I don't want to see him on the court. I really don't. You're not, even with Kevin Durant, the middle is going to be a problem for y'all. And y'all need somebody down there with shot blocking experience. Even though Kevin Durant will have some respect on the whistle, I just don't know if it's enough to get things done. And not what they need to get done anyway. And First Take is dead anyway. I don't know why people even watch the show. It's not even interesting right now. They talking about putting Max Kellerman on First Take or something like that. I heard that he's gonna try to come do the show to coincide. Without the protagonist-antagonist thing, that was the whole staple of the show. If two guys on the show agreeing with each other, it's not gonna work. You need Skip. You need Skip to go up there to be completely biased, to get everybody revved up, to want to be complaining about the show. The format of the show now has dramatically changed, and the clock is ticking before the ESPN just pulls the plug. Then what Stephen A. Smith's going to do? Just had these random moments of just ranting on players and stuff. They're pitiful. So, Cleveland was the most pitiful team to NBA champions best, right? Because I tell you, I think that old team will beat this team. Kyrie's the only difference maker on the team, but they had a better team then. As far as playing with depth and had more players on the bench that was contributing, they got nothing on this team, on Cleveland. This is the worst NBA team to ever win an NBA Finals. You show me an NBA championship team that was weaker than this Cleveland Cavalier team, I'm waiting to hear it. This is one of the weakest teams in basketball history to win an NBA title. And Stephen A., you should know better than that. You're acting like a fan instead of a basketball analyst. You should know there's no way in hell two players going to win an NBA championship. So you thinking him standing there like he didn't have a conversation with Westbrook, and Westbrook ain't feeling the same way about leaving also, that the team, the OKC didn't know, and this is a blow to them, that Kevin Durant was leaving. They knew too. Okay, they knew they're not willing to get the right players to pay the type of money to win NBA championships. They were just like, look, this is as much as we can do to get to the finals. We made it to the finals. This was it. We had a great run. It's just not going to be there consistently. Now, they got enough to pay one superstar. They're not going to continuously pay to have two big superstars and pay all that money. They'd rather go pay and get some additional talent to back up Westbrook. So if the team's going to be Westbrook's, I don't know. West might not stay that long himself if they don't get the right type of players. But now they got a freed up amount of money to have a great NBA season next year, and then they can recoup money. Then who knows? They might come with something greater down the road. So it's your boy Karceno. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. I addressed Stephen A. Smith, pointed out a lot of factual points, and shout out to Kyrie Irving, the real MVP of the NBA Finals. Not that crybaby LeBron James. And I'm not mad at him for leaving. Don't think I was one of the people who was mad he took his talents to South Beach. But don't get mad if Kevin Durant take his talents to Oakland. Hey, there's no problem there. I mean, look, a player was sleeping with his mama. So you think he want to stay on that team? Y'all knew and didn't tell him? He gonna trust y'all? I wouldn't have came back. But this is the NBA. It's all story now. I'm out.